Well, thanks for joining us on Quinny Connection. Great to have you along the show today. Hope spring's treating you well so far. Joining us now, a local business owner here in Belleville, Mel Bolter, behind Mel's Perogies. She's got some beautiful food. You can pick it up across a variety of locations in Belleville, of course, the location in the Bayview Mall in the East End. So, Mel, it's so great to have you on the show. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Our YourTV producer, Ann, and I are really trying to focus on promoting small local businesses. So I'm so glad you're on the show as we both really enjoy your food. So how did this get started for you on a business side of things, Mel?
My husband Tony, who's from Belleville, um, he's from Foxborough, but we came home about 4 years ago to see his mom for her 80th birthday, and we just never left. And so I had some health issues, and then I couldn't really do any heavy lifting, but I could stand and make pierogies all day. And I've had a passion for cooking since I was a kid, and um, kind of my love language. I just cook and serve the family. And I was making pierogies and cabbage rolls for Christmas. And then I just started researching pierogi businesses in Belleville, and there wasn't a huge amount. So I thought, I'm going to give it a go. And that's where we started. And it's just climbed from there.
Nice. Well, you mentioned, making pierogies and things for your families. Was this traditional recipes? Are you Ukrainian descent? Kind of walk us through that.
My background's Polish. My mom had a Ukrainian friend who taught me a lot of this stuff, but just through the years, just making pierogies with my mom and trying different things. And when I started this, it's always kind of been a passion of mine to create different fillings than the traditional. Um, it's always been like an outside of the box kind of thing. So my big one that I wanted to start with, which actually is one of our best sellers, is our pulled pork pierogi.
Right. Well, what year did this business get started, Mel?
2024 January is when I registered and just started doing like local craft shows. That's kind of what I knew because I used to do crafts when I had my full-time job in British Columbia. But so I thought, well, I'll join these craft fairs and do the kitchen part of it. So then I just started researching what I needed to do and rented commercial kitchens and made sure I had all the like I had all the food safety background, but just the logistics of, what I needed to do to serve and sell the food. And went from there to doing pop-ups on the bay in 2024. And that's where our name really got out there. And we continued with the Belleville Farmers Market. And from there, we were approached about a spot in the Bayview Mall, and here we are. But we've also continued to provide stores with our product and our dill dip, which is another aspect of Mel's Pierogies that's kind of taken on a life of its own.
From a kitchen perspective, Mel, especially with an industrial kitchen and getting all your safety licenses and healthy inspections and things like that, when you first started, did you access the kitchen through Quinny Economic Development, or were you able to find your own space and kind of buy everything yourself?
I actually, well, I started renting a commercial kitchen in a church, and then we resourced a kitchen in a community center up in Marmora that I had for quite some time. And then through that process, I was going through meetings through Trenval, the
Ah,
business center, and I ended up getting a grant um, where it helped us purchase like the stainless steel tables and the commercial shelving and everything I needed to separate my business from personal. Um, and then we ended up finding a main commercial spot where we just make everything uh, in the commercial kitchen, freeze it, and we have a really big freezer, and we just bring all the stuff to the Bayview Mall.
neat. Yeah, walk us through your hours at the Bayview Mall because you're not in a traditional kind of shop per se. You're right in the middle floor, right, so everyone can see you.
Yeah, we're actually kind of near the end of the mall. A lot of people come through the main doors and you have to go all the way down and then turn left. So we're at the Pharmasave entrance, and our hours are Tuesday to Friday from 11 to 5 and on Saturdays from 11 to 4. We cook hot meals there. We have cabbage roll meals, pierogi sausage meals, pierogi cabbage roll meals. We have soup. We also have our frozen product there, pierogies, cabbage rolls.
Thanks, Mel. Yeah, I was going to walk through the menu because our producer Ann here is just a huge fan of the cabbage soup and things like that. So outside of that, you mentioned kind of freezer offerings. Where are you located outside the Bayview Mall with your products?
So including our kiosk, we have 5 locations. We have our Perogies and Dip in the Foodland in Foxborough, Bryn's Market in Rossmore. We have it in Ma's Pantry in Trenton, which is on Hamilton Street, and we have it at Ivanhoe Cheese Factory. And there's more to come, yeah. For whatever I can keep up with, everything's made by hand, so and nothing. I can only make so many per week, but yeah, it's a small batch that goes out to about 4 stores. We're hoping for another couple stores.
How many pierogies can you make a week, Mel? That was one of my first questions when I saw just how big each pierogi is.
Um, yeah, my pierogies didn't start off the way they look now, when you go on to Mel's Pierogies on Facebook, I pinned a post that has what did I call it? It was the evolution of Mel's pierogi. It started off as a traditional looking pierogi, and over time, as people were making comments about how much they love the dough and they love dipping it in the homemade dill dip, I thought, well, I'm going to make a bit of a bigger, what I call a flapper. And so it ended up being a bigger flapper on the edge of the pierogi, but then I started using a cookie cutter. When I flip over the dough, I use a cookie cutter and it makes just this, makes the shape it is now, and it makes things faster so I can make more. And in a day, I did a self challenge and I made over 500 pierogies in one day, but my normal is about 3 to 375.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
wild. That's
thank
wild.
you.
Well, we're being more mindful, especially here in Quinty, about shopping local, shopping Canadian. You mentioned, more locations that come hopefully with your pierogies. Are you getting calls from some of the grocery stores or some more kind of independent businesses with trying to get more local and indoors?
There has been a couple people that have searched us out. I've been pushing my dill dip strictly because that's really taken on a life of its own. So oftentimes when they see a message or they see me in person and I'm talking about my dill dip, they want the pierogies as well. So I let everyone know that it's, small batch and I have to cut it off at some point because I can only make so much. But we're hoping for maybe 1 or 2 more stores that carry our pierogies, and it should work out.
Great. Well, fantastic success story once again from Pop-Ups of the Bay at West Wicks Park. Look how far you've come. As you
Thank
reflect
you.
on kind of the amount of stuff you make and all the locations you're in, what's your message to kind of small business owners who aren't sure about taking the next step outside of the pop-ups?
Um, I guess just if it's your dream, then persevere. Don't take no for an answer, and just keep doing what you're doing and research and ask questions. And um, the city has been a huge support of us, and find a business mentor and seek out local supports like the business center. They are a huge um, part of our community that is really mindful of so many things and would give you advice that you wouldn't think of being alone. So
Well, Mel Bolter, once again from Mel's Pierogies. Pleasure to meet you. You mentioned the Facebook page, but where can folks can learn more outside of that?
outside of that, you can find us at the Bayview Mall. Other than that, I try to keep up to my Instagram, but I'm just too busy. Um, Other than that, just at the Bayview Mall, as well as I'll be at the farmers market in the summertime. But I'll also be doing events with my dill dip, expanding on that throughout the summer, probably at the Trenton Quinny pop-ups and at a few events around the community.
Well, fantastic, Mel. Congratulations and look forward to
Thank
seeing you around
you.
the community this summer. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.